Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today we're going to do the Cotton Cuts 2018. Here's my colors. And they gave us actually an orange peel for the block of the month. I still do not have mine quilted. I do have the Halloween quilted, but I can't put the video up yet because I got too many other ones I got to get up. And this is the Puzzle Mystery 2018 This Way and That. So let's get over to the sewing machine, then I'll show you my fabrics and we'll get started, okay? All right, here's my fabrics. I've got them laid out. This is all there is this time. So the very first thing they want you to do is take your fabric 5 and 6, and you have 8 of those, and they want you to take them and combine them. You're going to sew these two together and these two together, and then we're going to put them together like this. And what we're making today is 2 sets. Let's go ahead and chain stitch those. These are supposed to be a scant inch. Now, I mean an inch. Oh my gosh, a scant quarter inch. So I'm using the same needle I always do, which is 12. I'm using the white thread. Nothing's different. Now, I don't know as I've ever shown you what a scant quarter inch looks like, so let's take a look at it now. Here's my little ruler here, and you see, this is the quarter inch line right there. I've put this right on top of the line. This is right on it. So look at that scant quarter inch. Instead of being up here, that's quite a distance. If you look at that, that's almost 1/8 of an inch when you do a scant quarter inch. Actually, this even says 3/16. That's the size of a scant. And then this yellow line here is the quarter inch. Isn't that something? I just wanted to let you see that real quick. I have not starched any of this fabric. This fabric is just as stiff as it can be, so I don't know if they starched it. But I'm going to tell you that it's very, very soft. I do not know how they get this fabric so soft unless it's this fabric line. Now I'm going to take it over there and iron that open. Do both of yours and they will look like that. And now we're going to move on to the next step. The next step is to take number 4, which are these, and our number 1, which is this, and we're going to make flying geese. So we're going to sew this one to this one, and then this one to this one, or vice versa. This one to this one. Doesn't make any difference, but that's what we're going to do next. When I pin this, I start up at the top. I line it up, both fabrics, both ends, excuse me. Then I pin it twice, and then I will sew this first, and then I'll add the other piece. And remember, this also is a scant quarter inch. You're practically starting off the edge of your fabric to get it all in. So if you need a leader ender, by all means, get yourself one. And since we are sewing on the bias, go ahead and use whatever little tip that you use to keep your fabric from stretching, whether you starch it, pin it a whole bunch of times, or you're putting your, whatever you're putting, I don't know what you're using to keep it from moving and shifting. Next, I'm going to go ahead and iron it open before I attach the next piece. Now, I thought I'd let you see when I iron this. So the very first thing you do is you relax your seam like this. And because this is on the bias, you don't want to start at one end or the other because you'll stretch it. What you want to do is go very lightly over this. And I usually start in the middle. And then what I do is I'll do the middle. Just the middle is all I'm doing now. Then go over the whole thing. Now I'm holding up on my iron. Now I've let go of my iron after I've got it up. Because if you don't, what'll happen is it'll take this top piece and it'll stretch this right here. So you want to kind of get it started in the middle and then slowly go over it. But you don't want to put any pressure until you've done it once. Once you've gone over it, then you can put all your pressure. Okay? And this is the way it's going to look once it's ironed. You'll have these little things right here at the bottom, which is fine, but the top will be complete, all the way up at the top. Now we're going to pin the other part. Okay, so you want to line it up at this end here first. Put your pin in. Go to the other end, and you're not trying to match it with this fabric here. You're trying to match it with the fabric behind it. So if you can see this corner right here, my fabric is right there. And what I normally do is I come down on here. Instead of going this away, I put it on the top like that. Then I sew it. And like I said, you're practically off of the fabric when you begin. And if you need another pin in here, then that's fine. You can have another one. Nothing says you can only have 1 or 2 pins in your fabric. You can have as many as you think you need to keep it straight. And then I just take my pin out and come straight on off the fabric. And then I'll go over there and I'll press it the same exact way. Do all 4 of those, and that's what you'll have. And if you look, it's matching up here at the top. That's where it's getting together. When it's not down here at the corner, okay, it's up at the top. All right. The next step is to make 2 like this. You're going to take this block here, make sure your number 6 is at the top, and then have your geese going that direction, and you're going to put these together and sew them. Here is the back side, and I'm going to show you the front side because you want to pin it. And I pinned this first because I want my seam to go over that right there, which is where these 2 pieces met. Then I pin to the left, and then I pin to the right. Fabrics facing each other. This way you can watch it when you go across that, so you don't go too far over it. But if you're doing your scant inch, you're going to be correct on that. Let me go ahead and iron it open, and I'm going to show it to you. Now you've done 2 of them. There's this one and this one, so you have 2 units. And now we're going to do something else. I'm going to take this here and our square, and they want us to take this square here, which is our number 1. We're taking it and putting it on the left-hand side of this. The geese are going up, the square is on the left. We're going to do 2 of them like that. I pinned this one so that the seam is on the bottom. I did the other one where the seam was on the top. It really doesn't make a difference. I'm still doing that 1/4 inch seam, that scant 1/4 inch. As long as you pin it in place, you're fine. You just don't want it to move on you. Now you'll have 2 that look like that. And we're going to get ready to put them together into units. All right, so now you're going to make sure that 6 is up in the corner. So this one goes on the top, this unit here, and then this unit goes on the bottom, and as you note, it looks like half of a star. Okay, let's pin that one. Pin this, make sure I went from left to right and pinned it, And then I did this intersection right here so that I pay attention while I'm sewing it. And then I did this one. So that's what we're going to do first. I went ahead and I made a complete block, and I ended up having to trim it. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the same way, and if that is the case, I'm going to show you how I trimmed it. Now, I did not square it up. Those are two different things going on there. Squaring up and trimming are not the same thing. So hold on, and we're going to go ahead and sew this, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Alright, this is the kind of thing I'm looking at. This is supposed to go on this side. But when I lay that down there, look at the size of it. If I was to come to this corner, look how much I'm off. If I bring it to this corner, I'm off over here. So I need to be trimming this edge and this edge to get this to fit. So I take my block and I lay it down, and I see it's hanging over here and it's hanging over there. So I'm lining it up. Also trying to look to make sure that it's square right here on the lines. And then I'm trimming this right across there. And I take this side. And I'm looking at the distance here, which we already know will not be a 1/4 inch with our scant sewing. So I'm taking that off. Same thing on this end. And this is the end it goes on, which is this corner here. So now I lay it on there and it will fit because I can stretch it a little bit and get it in there. Turn it this way so that y'all can see it. See that? So I didn't, because you can tell this is what I've got off of here. These little pieces right here. This is not squaring it. This is taking and trimming. Okay? That's all I did, was trimmed it just barely so that I know that this will fit on there. So now let me go ahead and attach this and sew it. So now I've pinned it. And I'm going to sew it a scant 1/4 inch. Alrighty, so we end up with 2 blocks today. That's what they look like. I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned something from it about the trimming and the scant 1/4 inch. And remember now, this is the 2018 mystery quilt that I'm working on. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And I love all your comments, too. Thanks.